Okay. Timestamps July 26, 2024. A little bit after 2 p.m. I just dropped Tiny off at the dentist. I'm in my car because I want to be able to do this and not, hey, look at everybody in the waiting room. I just checked the game again. I'm addicted to the Disney Magic Kingdoms game. I beat Carmen, so the Tower Challenge is over. Maleficent has been bested. Blah blah blah. Celebration. Merlin's dancing around. Everything's great. But yeah, the Act 3 challenge I won. I spent a few more gems than I really wanted to, but I got it's the little things. It's the concession stand. It's a Mickey Mouse medallion concession stand that your guests can buy medallions at, whatever. There's no actual money or anything like that. It's just to be cool. Yeah, it's just whatever. But I've unlocked all the land that's in the game. And it's getting kind of tight as far as putting new attractions and concession stands out. I have space in, nice burst of lightning over there. It's supposed to storm this afternoon, which, as long as I'm home, I love it. I don't like driving in it. Put Fix a Flat in that front tire. Hopefully we're good for a couple days. Life is an adventure. But I've got space. They've got a Star Wars area underneath the main Toontown. They've kind of got it set up similar to an actual Disney park with the whole castle in the middle and then lands around it. The first area on the right of the castle is, I think they call it Toontown, which is weird because they've got the California Screamin' roller coaster as the anchor point in the middle of the land. So it's kind of weird. It's not Pixar Pier. I know a little bit about California Adventure, even though I've never been there. It's just, some of it's odd the way they laid it out. The Tomorrowland area, Space Mountain is the anchor point in the middle. That makes sense. But Adventureland Expedition Everest is the anchor point, which is an amazing coaster. I love it. But it's in Animal Kingdom, I think in Asia or whatever. But they've got it as a static centerpiece-ish. Big Thunder Mountain is for Frontierland. You get the Small World is Fantasyland. Everyone's favorite ride. I'm one of those weird grown-ups that I actually don't mind and/or kind of like it. I don't have to go on it 10 times, but if I'm at Magic Kingdom, going on it once is cool. It's a childhood favorite of mine, so yeah, it's cool. Kelly, nope. I don't know if I mentioned this before. Her grandma was a doll collector, so anytime they went to Magic Kingdom when she was a kid, they would be forced, I guess, to go on Small World 4, 5, 10 times, whatnot. I get why she might not be quite so into it anymore. Poor girl. This song really gets stuck in your head. I was watching, I've been on a couple of different COPD sites, American Lung Institute or American Lung Association. Just trying to read up on what's going on with me. I'm okay. I don't want anybody freaking out, but I'm freaking out just because one of the reasons that I'm doing this is in case there are other people out there that are going through a similar thing to me, that because again, I'm not experiencing shortness of breath really. I'm not excessively coughing. I don't have any of the symptoms that most people with this report as the basic symptoms, which is good, because I'm hoping that it really does mean if I quit smoking that I can really stop this thing in its tracks and I'll live a normal life. You know, I just need to be careful not to be around people with flus, pneumonia, stuff like that, because an infection can cause me to spiral quick. True fact. One of the things that terrifies me, though, and this will perhaps help you understand why I'm doing this. Let me make sure my doors are locked again. It's a weird folk running around over there. Alright, so there were like 2 or 3 people that I found video-wise that were talking about pulmonary rehab, exercise, fitness, things like that when you get diagnosed with COPD, emphysema. These are people that actually claim to have been diagnosed with it. And a couple of them said, you know, they were going to do kind of what I'm doing, like a video journal kind of thing, you know, update people as they go. And one of the troubling things here is, you know, I'll watch like 8 videos from this guy, and you know, he'll be talking about different things you can do to make the condition better, you know, how to manage it, blah blah blah. And he's kind of where I am, you know, from the videos. He's not out of breath. He's not, you know, this sucks. He doesn't have an oxygen tank like strapped to his forehead. But then his last video was like in, you know, 2019. And he still, in his last video, claimed to be in mild moderate. No additional entries, no comments, no returning of comments of people that have commented on his video. People even asking, hey, you know, you haven't been on a while, what's up? No response to that. And it freaks me out a little bit because I'm like, you know, you were mild, moderate. You said you were going to do this. You haven't responded. And I know that YouTube lets you know when, you know, somebody comments on your comment and whatnot. So, did things go horribly south? Did you die? And I know that anyone can die at any time. I know that. You know, I was friends with a kid in high school. He was 1 grade below me. Good guy, funny guy. Wicked sense of humor, smart. And he was out, I guess he was boating. He was like pulling a boat so that kids could water ski on a lake. No storm, as far as I know, there was no storm going on, nothing like that. Just freak lightning hit and killed him. I don't even think he was 20 years old. That stuff sticks with you, man. You know, when I heard he had been killed, it was just like, wait, what? I just saw him like 3 months ago. He was fine. It's like he got hit by lightning. What? And I know that's a drastic example, but it's still an example. It's still this can happen. You know, I've known people that I thought were in good health that, you know, suddenly dropped dead from a heart attack or a stroke or something like that. So I know that, you know, if God wants to take you, he'll take you. But I also know that he gave us a brain, pretty good one usually. Some people I question, but, you know. little bit of wisdom. This whole mortality thing, I gotta tell you, I'm not a fan. You know, watching my parents the past couple of years, they're supposed to be indestructible, you know? I want to live. Some things I still want to do. I want to see my boys grow up, fall in love. I do want to be a granddad, just maybe not today. My boys can wait a few years, it's fine. There's some shows that I'd like to do, some places I'd like to visit. You know, the typical bucket list stuff, I guess, right? Draw a very deep breath. It's actually part of the exercises too. One of the things you're supposed to do is what they call pulmonary rehab, which is basically it almost reminds me of like calisthenics, but just some basic exercisey things with breathing, which are supposed to strengthen the lungs and or the surrounding muscles, which help your lungs to stay functioning well, blah blah blah. And it's funny because somebody in one of the forums said, you know, what about singing? And the nurse or doctor was like, oh yeah, no, singing's great because, you know, you use a lot of those muscles and whatnot. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Thinking to myself, maybe that's why I'm in as good a shape as I am right now. You know, if my lungs are what would be considered moderate for most people, maybe because I've been physically active, you know, sometimes walking 6 miles a day in the hot sun, going to and from work, you know, doing a lot of singing in theater and things like that. I'm like, maybe I'm the right guy to get this disease because I've done a lot of the things beforehand which helped me fight it. I don't know. It's weird, the thoughts that are in my head on this subject. I don't want it, you know, to be clear, but so yeah, that's a thing. But getting back to the other, the Mickey Mouse medal, it's because they have it's like Roller Coaster Tycoon. If you ever played that, you know, they'll have a picture of, not a picture, but like a 3D model of, you know, the burger on top of the burger concession stand. They're kind of set up like that. And this is like a gold medal, like an Olympic gold medal kind of looking thing. I haven't blown it up to see if there's a design on it or not. And I think it has like a blue strap or whatever. But I'm horribly out of room in a lot of places. So I kind of put it down in the Star Wars area, which is just south of Toontown. Sorry, my brain's squirreling a lot today. Because I have space for 2 concession stands down there. Everything else is full. And to me, it kind of reminded me of the medals that Han and Luke are given in the end of A New Hope. And I still want to know why Chewbacca wasn't given one. I think that's just wrong, you know. The Wookiee was part of it. Him not getting a medal is like, why are you shunning him? What's up with that? What's up? Some kind of prejudice thing? What's going on? But anyway, yeah, it reminded me of those medals, so I was like, well, I'm going to park it down here. and I still have space for one more concession stand, which is great because there is a Star Wars concession stand that I haven't gotten. I've got everything from the Star Wars releases except for, and I forget what it was. It was some kind of a leaderboard event where, you know, one person out of every 1,000 gets it. I was not the one person out of the 1,000. I remember being competitive, but I got like third place, which third place doesn't get it for you. But it's like a chocolate Wookiee cupcake stand, and it looks like a chocolate cupcake, and it has like the bandolier frosting across the thing. It's cute. So if I manage to get that, if they do a second chance something somewhere, which they usually do 6 months, a year later. This was like 3 months ago, I think. Might have been for they usually do Star Wars-y stuff around May the 4th, of course. But if I do manage to get my paws on that, I'll probably, I have a space for that still, so that's cool. Yeah. But the other subject, man, I'm bouncing around all over the place. I apologize. ADHD, party of one. So I've got 2 or 3 people that I was looking at videos on, truth be told, more like 5 or 7 people with COPD, emphysema, whatnot, that had posted videos. And one of them is still kind of current, which is, you know, encouraging. The others, though, you know, no videos since 2018, middle of 2023. You know, we're in the middle of 2024, and I'm like sitting back watching these videos thinking, is that what I have to look forward to? You know, are things going to be looking okay, and then suddenly, bam, I'm gone? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So, that being the case, I don't want to be that guy. I'm going to attempt to continue doing videos until the end, which hopefully is 20, 30 years from now, 40 years from now, 50 years from now. That'd be a hoot. Be 103. But a long time from now. You know, and it may be a saga longer than Bleach. I don't care. And if I'm boring you, sorry. But, you know, if you're running into the same situation and you just need to hear somebody else, I'm going to take you on the journey with me. Provided I am looking at another 30 plus years. I know there's going to be some twists and turns. So, I don't want to be that guy that just suddenly stops recording. I'm going to keep trying to do this. And I'm going to instruct offspring and or my wife that if something does happen to let the public know. You know, this is his last recording, whatever. Hopefully that's a long time from now. Anyway, my thoughts. Make it a great day.